What's up, guys? My name is Aaron. Today I'm going to be reviewing Gringo. This movie is directed by Nash Edgerton, who is Joel Edgerton's brother, and it stars David Oyelowo, Joel Edgerton, Charlize Theron, Sharlto Copley, and Amanda Seyfried. It's basically about this guy, Harold, who's played by David Oyelowo, who is kind of this mild-mannered middleman in this drug company. He's friends with Joel Edgerton's character, but when he kind of discovers all the corruption that's going on behind the scenes of his company and the personal turmoil that's going on in his life, he sets out to get money from that company. But while he's doing that, he gets kind of screwed up into their business over in Mexico, and then he kind of just gets put in different places. It's kind of like Fargo, kind of dark comedy in tone, and it's basically figuring out how this dude's going to get out of the situation, basically. The trailer looked bad to me. It looked like a movie that I probably wouldn't have seen. I was interested because I saw that David Oyelowo was in it. This is like comedic role for him, and he's usually more of like a serious actor, like in stuff like Selma or Nightingale. I think he's always been a great actor, but seeing him do something so different was really what enticed me to watch this. I do have Movie Pass, and I did give it a chance because of that. It exceeded my expectations by being like a fine movie. It's not offensive in any way, but like you're not gonna remember it in like a week or so. To me, it really benefits from David Oyelowo's performance as Harry. I knew the dude was crazy talented. If you've seen his work in Selma or in Nightingale, and even though I've seen glimpses of his comedy work in Nightingale, which movie I think people really need to see, it's so good. I think this is his first fully comedic role, and I think he absolutely kills it. He really does have like this really frantic, manic, and nervous energy that really plays off well with his Nigerian accent that he's using in this movie. You can tell he's a genuinely good guy, and this dude being thrown into this like Fargo like mess just really gives so many good chances for humor to happen, especially like his reaction to this guy getting in a car crash, and he's like, I don't think he could survive that. And the way that he kind of runs in this movie with his face all contorted and stuff, I think the dude really nails the physical comedy of this with just like a look on his face or his body language. And I was really impressed with like a really super serious actor doing something like this. I think he has a chance to showcase his dramatic chops as well when he finds out that his wife is cheating on him. I think the dude is like a phenomenal crier. He just really makes you feel for the character. I think Harold is probably the highlight of this movie, just the variation of this type of story being told through a Nigerian dude, and I think Oyelowo is a really big reason for that. I think you're fully on board with Harold's predicament, and you really want to pull for him to get out of this situation on top. And I think once the movie kind of gets into the second act, basically the kidnapping hijinks is really where it gets interesting. All these different parties, Joel Edgerton and Charlize Theron, are trying to get him. Sharlto Copley trying to get him. The Mexican cartel's out to get him. All these crazy situations start happening. I can finally see what type of movie this is trying to be, like down south version of Fargo. Again, I think it's good because of Harold's character and how much you feel for him at that point, but it does kind of find its groove at that point. I think where the movie kind of fails is that the characters surrounding him you really don't care about because they're really kind of broad or like barely written about to care about. Like Joel Edgerton's character is supposed to be this like big wig company dude that really doesn't care about his workers and he really cares about himself. But to me, it kind of felt kind of cartoonish to actually register any type of care or any type of satire for me. I did think it was acted well on his part because this is really kind of going on his usual wheelhouse, kind of stretching his leg a little bit. And I did like a shot of him playing basketball with his workers and just stealing the ball from his own teammate. I thought it was just really weird and absurd, but it's not like a great role, I don't think. I think Thandie Newton, who's really given nothing to do with this movie as like this unloving, cheating wife, and it's like, why even get her for this role? I could tell they were trying to do something with Amanda Seyfried's character as like one of the only other good people in this movie, but it kind of feels like a lot of that subplot got cut out of the movie. So it was like either cut her completely out or put it back in, you know what I mean? Like at this point, I don't really care about her character. I think the closest you kind of get to caring about characters, it maybe Sharlto Copley's character as this mercenary brother of Edgerton who is hired to find him. He gets kind of wrapped in this stuff, but I think that's mostly because I liked Copley and Oyelowo's interactions together, and Charlize Theron's character, who is like the co-president of the drug company with Joel Edgerton's character, and she's like this really like sexual hard ass basically. I think it was really just because of how strongly she played that role, because to say that role is kind of sporadically and like haphazardly written is kind of generous. I think it was kind of like a mess, the character arc of that character. The surrounding fringe characters just kind of felt like stereotypes, like the drug cartel and stuff, in a really disappointing way, because something like Fargo really humanized and livened up the world they're in, even though they had humor and stuff with that. I think to me it's solidly directed and but nothing too impressive. But overall, I just think that the weirdly written supporting characters, the overly convoluted plot, and just kind of how slow it gets to start really kind of messes up my enjoyment of this fun drug caper story and the phenomenal lead performance. I think this is a fine movie, but it's easily something you can wait for to come out on DVD or streaming. Overall, I probably give this like a 5 out of 10. It's not like terrible, but it's not like a great movie either way. So yeah, those are my thoughts on Gringo. What are your guys' thoughts? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Let me know in the comments what you thought, and thanks for watching. Thanks, guys.